attorney.
Okay, welcome back. Let's continue and see what's going on next. Let's get ourselves a nice omiguchi. 4 for 4. Conflict, a win. Food and drink, it's like bathing. Direction, head west. West A. Extremely good luck. Oh, we got almost 10k and something there. Oh.
素晴らしい運勢です。
Oh, hello,
自信に
Saber.
胸を張り、今日歩き出してください。
Sure. Lovely seeing her in this outfit. I forget if we've seen this before because you know I had to previously do the resets on my stuff, so I might have seen this bit already, but sure.
そしてできれば、その幸せをどなたか近しい人に分けてあげてください。
You?
あなたはより豊かになれるはずだ。
Oh hell yeah.
では、いってらっしゃい。
Sure, thanks. Oh, cute. Okay. Our archer did there, yeah. Cool. That's something. Okay. Let's start. Whoa. Whoa, forest. Whoa. I hope OBS picked that up because the game freaked out. Bazett the druid. Let me just check that we are... Yeah, everything seems to be good. Okay. Okay, a forest, I guess. Sure. Thus said the druid. Today, the youth who holds the lands in his hands shall have all the glory and praise he desires. Okay. Until the day comes when this land and this era itself disappears into the ocean, not a single human, not a single bird nor a flower will ever forget him. Okay. So Lancer focus is the first guess because, well, obviously the lands mentioned here plus Bazett Lancer connection, something. Okay, also druid, more natural or like mystical lands, and that makes me think of Ireland more than, you know, other stuff. Okay. His name shall be known in 5 lands. Wait. Well, I guess there are technically 5 areas in UK, but probably meaning something different, yeah. Okay. There will not be a single woman who does not love him, and there will not be a single man who is not proud of him. Okay. His swift lands shall be the honor of the Red Branch. Red Branch, I don't think we've heard of that before. Let the cattle thieves shake at the sound of the chariot horses neighing. Our dearest son of light, yeah. His hands will grasp nothing but glory. I was just thinking, I'm like very sure this is talking about our Lancer, but this made me do a double check of thinking, wait, wasn't the Son of Light or Hikari no Miko or something, wasn't that the Lancer in Fate Zero, but probably not. When the time comes for his life to end, his knees will not fall to the ground. Hell yeah, okay. But know this, child of the hazel tree. Like the flicker of a star, that glory shall soon burn itself out. Oof. Lancers having the worst luck. Together with your feats of arms that know no rival, faster than anyone, you will sink into the oblivion beyond the horizon. Well, that doesn't bode well. Everyone will know you and be proud of you and love you, but your glory will be short-lived and you will face a horrible future. Or a horrible death. Real fast. Oh boy, yeah, that's cool. Okay. Oh, spring 6 years ago. What do you mean 6 years ago? Okay, that's ominous. Yeah, that's okay. That's really cool of a beginning portion. So Lancer has been like, we did have some focus on him in Stay Night, but even in this game, Hollow Ataraxia, he's been like mostly relegated to just being the bro on the side or the comic relief or something or other. Beyond that one scene where at the harbor where we learned his past. So it's really cool to finally get him as like to get him into the limelight. Yeah. Very intriguing. Okay, so spring 6 years ago, this could be a couple of things. This could be giving us Shiro and Kiritsugu's past. Or this could be Rin and Sakura stuff. Although that was more like 10 years ago, so probably not, right? Yeah, 10 years ago. Probably not that. Okay. This could be Ilya stuff. Because she summoned, as far as I know, she summoned the servant first out of anyone else. Or most likely, considering the scene we just went through, this might be Lancer and Bazett related. Okay. I became acquainted with a strange man. Okay. 2 years had passed since I had been recruited into the Mages Association Bazett. Okay. Ignored and never asked to do anything. I was given a place to be, in form only. You were recruited but never asked to do anything. I wonder if that's just because you were a mage and they wanted to include you into their ranks, or if there's a deeper meaning like you have a connection to something, thus we want to keep an eye on you, so come here so we can keep tabs on you and something. Because, I've said this before, but, Bazett's last name is, or like, Bazett's name is pretty Irish sounding to me, and obviously Lancer is from Ireland, so maybe there is a lineage connection. If not, then maybe they are just from the same country. Obviously, I don't think we've gotten Bazett's country of origin, except we know that she is from the UK-ish area. Yeah, that's cool. Okay. Like a useless antique. Oof. Antique. Old. Ancient and well-known. Handled with great care, yet no one intends to use it. Ooh, that's an idea. That's a fun idea. Tucked away deep within the storehouse, I spent my days only to be sooner or later forgotten. Can we relate that anyhow to Avenger? Beyond, being ancient. Ignored. Well, I guess he wasn't ignored, he was shoved all the responsibility onto him. Can we relate that to Lancer? No, not really. I don't think so. I think Lancer was pretty much the opposite. He was just part of this big group and went on to a great expedition and fell in love and, well, was betrayed and whatnot. Definitely not forgotten. uh, Of course, there was no meaning in that existence, sure. I had left my hometown out of fear of simply rotting away. Oof. Though young and ignorant, I left because of a vague desire to do what I could. Oh, there's the orb? I had no value outside of being an antique. I think this is the thing that she kinda can use 3 times, right? What was the name of it? It had like a cool name that I didn't know how to pronounce. To gain some value was simple. I just had to show them how useful I was. What I could do. Okay. Yeah, cool. Getting a more expansion on why she is so work-oriented. Okay, cool. That works. That's fun. Obviously, kind of sad and not quite tragic, but, you know. Yeah, life. Life sucks. The things I could do. I took up the one role that many magi hated. The bloody cleanup assignment. To assign even a little bit of value to yourself, yeah. Practical magic that works in a real fight. That was the subject I took pride in. Now and in the past, I had a talent unsurpassed by those around me. Okay. And so, after handling countless fights, the association had finally recognized my value and granted me a position. I mean, I want to be happy for you, but that just sounds kind of sad, considering why you're doing this, but, you know, at least you are getting some recognition, even if it's only for doing the dirty work efficiently. The ruling elite, lords of the association. Okay, that's a new term, even though we've kind of heard something similar somewhere. I don't know where, probably not in Stay Night, but, you know, there are the top of the association, the colors. As if to rid themselves of a nuisance, had proclaimed thus. The inexperienced newcomer, Bazett Fraga Macromids, as a special exception, shall be appointed as a sealing designation enforcer. Sealing designation enforcer, huh? Sealing designation, okay. Ooh, cool. That almost looks like planetary orbital stuff inside a magical circle, which is cool. It is both a title given to magi with special talent and an edict sent down by the association. Okay, please expand. Some magic cannot be learned by study. Okay. The owners of magic that only exists in their blood or genetic makeup and cannot be passed down are treated as treasures by the association. That's cool. Which makes an all-out order to shelter them. So obviously shelter is the sealing portion. We're sheltering them. We're protecting them by sealing them. We are making sure they will not get harmed and we can use them later. Something like that is the thought process behind this. I was initially... Didn't they say that Bazett also has... something special? No? Yeah, I had a talent unsurpassed by those around me. Okay, so it wasn't mentioned that it's like a special, but you know, just a talent. Not necessarily a special talent. But maybe we'll see. Because if she was designated to be a ceiling, what was the term? Ceiling designation enforcer. Why would they send her to do? Or why would she not already be sealed? Or rather, sheltered. Or maybe I'm overthinking this, and the sheltering does not necessarily mean sealing. Hospitable as it sounds, the order amounts to imprisonment. Okay, there we go. So not necessarily literal sealing, but imprisonment still. Yeah. The magi that receive the sealing designation are treated as precious samples to be passed on for generations to come. Yeah, that sounds about right. The association captures them and then ensures their talent is preserved in its current state. Yeah, that's fucked up. That's fucked up, but that's Mage's association for you. Normal rules of the world don't apply. Simply put, they aren't too different from specimens immersed in formaldehyde. Yikes, yeah. Formaldehyde is the thing that preserves things. Like, in a very literal physical sense. What looks like a well-intentioned order in the association's eyes is equivalent to a death sentence for those receiving it. Most magi reject the edict and flee, fair enough. The death sentence itself isn't the reason, however. Yeah? The people receiving the sealing designation are all outstanding magi in the most basic sense. Yeah, they have their own special skill set, yeah. They prioritize their pursuit of magic above all else. Their own mortality holds no meaning to them. So if they were to be sealed, they couldn't, pursue said magic anymore. For one who is devoting day after day to their research, a sealing designation is unthinkable. Once pickled in formaldehyde, their study of magic will end there and then. Yeah. Yikes. So if I'm still not exactly sure if we're talking about literal formaldehyde, like actually putting them in a box of substance and not letting them move, or like if it's a more metaphorical formaldehyde, like they feel like they are in a position where they can't move or do anything. For that reason, they leave the association and go on the run. I think I pressed a weird button. Let me check. Okay, everything is good there. Right? Yeah, recording. There's no need to ask what for. It's kind of I was just thinking that I'm not exactly sure what would count as a special talent, because every magi, every living person, as far as I'm aware, has their own. What was the word for it? Not root. Well, I guess kind of root. The thing that their existence specializes in. For Shiro, it's swords. For Rin, I think it's gems. I'm not sure. For the Tosaka bloodline, it's it was what was it? Not weaving. Not weaving. It was like. I remember them mentioning it, but I don't remember what it was specifically. not decoding, not weaving, but something like I don't remember. But yeah, because every person does have their own, unique trait. I'm not exactly sure how that differs from special talents. Are there just people whose talents are more manifested, more professionally manifested, or if there's something else? Maybe it's something like, because okay, I guess I can think of a couple examples that are, I don't know if they are exactly things that you would call a person's, like Shiro's thing for affinity for swords. Like there's the eye things, like mystic eyes of what Rider has, petrification, or there's the mystic eyes of death perception. I'm not sure if those count as like the person's inner core, or if those are what you would call special talent. Okay. There's no need to ask what for. To slip back into society and to bury themselves into their research deeply, fully, and to their heart's content. Yeah. Those that have received the sealing designation and go on to run generally belong to one of two groups. Go on the run, sorry. The first become hermits, cutting off all contact, hiding their magic and only teaching it to blood relatives. Okay, yeah. I wonder if Einsburns are such a case, or if they are in contact with the Mages Association. Those are the fallen magi. While they have to be found and sheltered before their abilities are lost completely, the danger they pose is near zero. Okay. Unless their talents are just too great, the association will not pursue them either. The second category are the shut-ins that retreat to their own land, wizards wholly devoted to mastering their craft. Yeah? These are unsurpassed magi aiming for even greater heights. It would take but a few years to take their abilities to another level, surely bringing the association great rewards for their efforts. Of course. Yeah, cool lore. I like it. However, none of the ordinary morals and justice exist for them. Having shed their restraints, their first and foremost goal is the discovery of the unknown. Sacrifice of unrelated bystanders is but one way towards it. I can think of one example right away, and that would be Kiritsugu's dad. It is a problem, but however much of a problem it may be, as long as they manage it well, even the association overlooks it. They are left alone until achievements are made. Yeah, that sounds very familiar. Fate Zero. The pursuit of magic is the Mages Association's own principle, after all. Sure. But should they prove to be unsuccessful, should they violate the association's greatest postulate, the secrets must be concealed, yeah. The response will be swift, yeah, we've seen that in action. And preventing occult knowledge from being disseminated isn't the only reason. Okay. When it comes to protecting such valuable assets, they will be content with preserving just the bodies alone. Oof. Yikes. Should news of the matter spread, a power will appear to bring punishment to the wizards in the name of justice. Cool. At present, their greatest enemies are the Inquisitors of the Holy Church. The act to incinerate not only the wizards themselves, but also the knowledge they have built up along with them. Yeah. Like, once again, this is basically one-to-one with what we saw in Kiritsuga's flashback in Zero. While their desire to stop the violence is the same, their final objective is the direct opposite. Yeah, do not preserve the Magi, just fully make it disappear from the world. Despite a non-aggression pact between the Mages Association and the Holy Church, scuffles minor enough to be left off record continue. No, rather it is on the assumption that they will be left off record, that the killings continue even now. Damn, okay, sure, we can look at that direction. As a result, my job became not only to deal with mad wizards, but also to fight the executors. Yeah. About 1 year had passed since it became my daily life, okay? So, yeah, we are still 6 years in the past. While on a mission to enforce a sealing designation, I became acquainted with one such man. Don't tell me it's Kirei. I mean, it would make sense. An executor of the Holy Church. A priest convicting all kinds of sinners in God's name. Yeah, sure.
手を組まないか、お嬢さん。
Kirei! It's been so long, my man. Yorokobe. Join forces, huh?
お互い最後の一人だ。ここで潰し合うのは得策ではない。
And, as naturally as that, the priest requested cooperation. Yeah, Kirei's probably not what you would expect. He had lost all the comrades he brought along, and my team was nearly annihilated as well. The two of us were the only survivors left. We were standing in the garden of Amagus that was using corpses in an attempt to revive the soul. Oh, okay. Normally, no matter how desperate the predicament may be, cooperation between the executors and the Mages Association is unthinkable, short of an edict from the Pope himself. Ooh. Yeah, I assume this scene is how we are going to see what I assume is going to be. Well, no, because this is still way in the past, and I don't think Bazett would have summoned her servant already back then, but maybe. Maybe this is just showing their first encounter, and Kirei taking Lancer to himself happens way later. The executors are followers of the purest form of faith, to preserve their own beliefs. They would never associate with heretics like us. Also, since I've been mentioning the Kirei Bazett Lancer thing so much, especially in this video, I should mention that I still don't remember where exactly I supposedly have learned that from, and I will always keep an open mind to other ideas, like maybe I'm just fully wrong and that's just been my assumption so far, with some incomplete knowledge I've learned from somewhere, possibly from Fate Calais, I forget. It could be the case that Lancer was never Bazett's servant, but they still do seem to have that connection, you know, considering Bazett has the earring of Lancer. This one priest, however, was unique. Yeah, unique to say the least. Perhaps he was sympathetic. Kirei? Sympathy? Kirei? My dear Bazett. My dear Bazett. No. Perhaps he was sympathetic towards Magi in general. Not a hint of disdain on his face. He approached me like one of his own, with a warm smile. Ah yes, a very warm smile.
協力し合うことに異論はありません。ですが、私たちは仲間ではない。結局、最後には奪い合うことになる。そんな相手に背中は任せられない。
I had an obligation to recover the magus named in the sealing designation order, yeah? And the priest had no choice but to end the magus's life. Our cooperation would come to an end, and the priest would become my enemy.
それはいらぬ心配だ。私の仕事はあの男を殺すことだけだ。
Okay.
後のことはそちらに任せる。亡骸をどう扱おうと、私には関係のない話だ。
Kinda going against the church's orders, I would assume, or the general goal. I don't know, maybe it is his direct, I don't know, task to just kill him. Those were his words, yes they were. He would leave the flesh to me, as long as he was the one to dispose of the soul. That was enough for him. Okay, I see.
いいでしょう。その言葉を信用します。
Just how much weight was placed behind those words? I had believed the priest with an ease that surprised even my own self. Scary. Scary that you believed him so easily. This man was dangerous. My own experience was telling me of the less than saintly venom he possessed, yet I still took his hand, despite myself. That's scary. Kirei is a kind of a manipulator. Thinking back, indeed, this priest was no saint. But among all the people I had met up until that point, he was the only one possessing a power I could respect, yeah?
私はバゼット。魔術協会から派遣された魔術師です。あなたは
We proceeded to exchange names in order to secure this temporary trust. 2 days had passed. The magus that amused himself playing with corpses now dealt with. We had returned to our respective employers. Okay. What the hell, Kirei? To be honest, I did have a feeling we would meet again. I was chasing after a magi that received the sealing designation. The priest, as an executor, was hunting down heretics. With his magic-related knowledge, he was likely deployed on mage hunting missions rather than the dead apostle or demon possessioned ones. Yeah, dead apostles, we learned about those in Fate Zero. I'm not sure about the demon possession, if we've ever really seen that occur anywhere. The two of us were a great match as competitors. The first time was just a coincidence, yeah? The second and third, on the other hand, were probably both unconsciously desired and inevitable. Okay. The times that we had met, without fail, were also times that we were both alone. So they have met multiple times in the past, which is, I mean, I guess it makes sense, yeah, considering what we are reading right now. Although I had decided to act independently from then on to begin with, so he was the only one to lose his comrades. We had fought side by side 3 times, trusting each other. Neither of us reporting it back. All of those remained secret. This, I mean, considering where we end up in present, this is likely not the case, but reading these lines almost makes me feel like I should be shipping Kirei and Bazett. Obviously not, but, you know, fighting side by side, having secrets, trusting each other, you know. From enemies to lovers kind of thing. I had judged him worthy of my trust and took his hand. That trivial secret had just a little charm to it. Okay, the game is just fully embracing it.
そうして、その少年は自分から成人の儀を迎えたのです。一人のドルイドが、その日に戦士になる者の未来を占った。
Okay, are they talking about... Obviously, we heard about this druid thing at the very beginning.
為替に移った未来は不吉なもので、今日戦士になる者は最大の栄光を得る代わりに誰よりも早く命をなくすというものだった。
So, yeah, answer.
集まった少年たちは皆恐れて動かなかったのに、占いに無関心だった少年だけは迷うことなく王のもとに駆け込んで、今すぐ自分を戦士として認めてくれというのです。
Yeah, that tracks us with our Lancer's personality.
王は散々少年を止めるのですが、少年は聞かず、ついに戦士として認められました。
Okay.
その後の話は神話の通りです。アルスターの猛犬の英雄譚はご存知でしょ？
Yeah, there we go. It was the night of our third joint battle. Unable to bear the silence of the night, I talked of something entirely unrelated to my job. Somehow, I ended up reciting an old tale of my hometown. Yeah, there we go, okay.
いや、そちらの話には疎くてね。聞き覚えがあるのは名前までだ。寝物語に語ってもらう分には構わんが。さて、本題は別のところにあると見た。
A real issue lies elsewhere.
そうだな。おそらく君はその少年の行動に苛立ちを覚えてしまった。こうして成長した今でも、 彼の決定を怖がっているのだろう。
Look at them. They are there back there. Dreaded his decision. The priest looked at me with a melancholic smile. Yeah, okay, now that we've gotten more of like Bazett's reasoning and stuff, yeah, I can see some like connections between Bazett and Lancer here. Yeah, Lancer eager to be recognized as a warrior and go into battle, and while that was mostly for the glory and, you know, thrill and whatnot, for Bazett it was a different kind of reason. Both of them did end up, you know, trying to look for recognition and become quote-unquote warriors, but for Bazett it was much more of a forced and sad reason. But yeah, I can see the connection, and yeah, how Bazett would think that that's not the right choice. I know I'm regretting my choice, so you will regret yours too, boy in the legend. I love Kirei's voice. Like, his VA is one of the best. There was nothing I could hide from this man. Mercilessly, he saw right through my heart. By all rights, I ought to have feared this priest. And yet, having my feelings laid open by him had put me at ease instead.
恐れているわけではありませんが、少年がどこに着目していたのかはわからない。
Okay.
その日に戦士になれば最高の栄誉を約束されるが、誰よりも早く命を落とすとも予言された。なのに少年は恐れず、何の戸惑いもなく王に、今すぐ武者立ちがしたいと告げるのです。
He be crazy like that.
王に理由を問われても一切答えず、とにかく戦士になりたいの一点張り。そうして成人の儀を進めていくのですが、少年には占いに対する希望も不安も全くないのです。占いなどどうでもよく、戦士になる喜びだけで満ちていて、戦士になろうとした理由がいつの間にか消えているようだった。正直、私には彼が何を見ていたのかわからない。
Yeah, how could he accept this thing that will lead to his death, which is becoming a warrior, becoming a tool to be used just for the sake of doing it? I don't understand. I have a goal, even though I regret my decision, maybe regret. At least I had a reason for doing this. Why are you? What's your goal? What's your end goal? I don't see why you are doing this. Yeah, that kind of idea. Did he think eternal glory was good enough compensation in face of that dreadful fate? Roll credits. Or was he so captivated by the promise of glory that he paid no heed to being fated to die young? Or perhaps...
栄光か短命か、どちらに重きを置いたのかを知りたいと。さて、聞いた限りではそのどちらでもないように思えたが。
どちらでもない。少年は予言を聞いて戦士になろうと決意したのに。
決意をしたのではないよ。予言を聞き、その内容を吟味することなく少年は走り出したのだろう。
Okay.
なら少年は最初からその予言を知っていたのだ。
Okay.
きっと自分はそういう風に生きると、そんな確信が生まれた時からあったからこそ、ドルイドの予言に従ったのではないかな。
Interesting. And that drives, or that fits more and more into the idea of fate. Just, yeah, this was my fate all along. He believed it since the day he was born. The boy had accepted it as his own duty, never dreading or doubting the druid's words. That's right. That was the part that I had feared. That made me grieve. No freedom. It was not a noble act of choosing glory while knowing death it will bring. The death it will bring. It was the hero that would not even attempt to change such an unnatural fate that I feared.
参りました。私は何度もあの昔話を読んだのに、そんなことさえ思わなかった。昔話の少年とあなたはどこか似ているのかもしれませんね。
Connection between Kirei and Lannister. That's an interesting topic because originally, way back in Fate Zero even, we learned that Kirei was just always following the laid out tracks for him, but he did switch up to different areas just before mastering each area. So it's not like he blindly followed everything to the T of his father's or the church's teachings. But at the same time, it's not like he ever had a clear goal or destination. So it's like, yes, he was kind of surrendering himself to his fate and just went along with what the world brought in front of him and accepted it like that. But at the same time, we kind of slowly saw him realize that he has his own perverted, twisted tastes that he would like to explore. But even that, it's like, can you really say that you are choosing to do something, or was that just something that the world presented in front of him again? He just went along with it. Did he ever choose to do anything? I guess, maybe. Kind of hard to say.
失敬な。私はそこまで考えなしではない。
yeah. Like personality-wise, yeah, there's a big difference. Kirei is much more manipulative and cerebral when it comes to that kind of stuff. But you know, compared to Lancer, but you know, the idea of just, yeah, this is what the world has in store for me, and let's just go along with it. That kind of stuff he definitely had going for him in the past. But there's always been a bit of a question mark regarding Kirei and his motives, so... I couldn't believe my eyes. The priest muttered with a frown, as if I had hurt his feelings. I believe that was the first time I had seen him display human-like emotion.
なんだ？異論があるとでも？
いえ、今のは失言でした。私が言いたいのは生き方の話です。少年に確信があったように、あなたも人生に確信を持っている人ですから。
I believe he was guided by. You are a person that possesses a belief in life. Is he though? That's the interesting part because you would assume that someone in the Holy Church would have belief, but not Kirei.
ほう、確信とはどんな？
Yeah, tell me what you think about Kirei. Bazett?
誰も必要としていないところ。
kind that makes you not need anyone.
あなたには最後まで自分だけで生きていく覚悟がある。本当は私の手を借りなくてもいいのです。ただ効率がいいから付き合っているだけでしょうに。
Okay. Once again, a melancholic smile appeared on the priest's face. That affirmation brought a tinge of pain to me, however little. It was only our third mission. Barely 10 days had passed, yet I had already felt painfully aware of the kind of person that he was. This man would absolutely not associate with a human being, Ayam. He needed no one. He hated no one. As strong as a human could possibly be, he was an alien that one's common sense would be telling you to stay away from. That feels very accurate to what we know of Kirei. Not really understanding emotions, only slowly trying to learn what his own desires would even be, what his own goal would even be, but yeah. But it's also precisely why he had no hidden face. Evil described him perfectly in one word. Even now, I still do not know how I got charmed by such a dangerous man. Ooh. This is what I thought, however. Should I, by some chance, make this man who needs no one somehow attached to me, it would bring me a peace of mind far superior to anything material. Okay, Bazett. Interesting. I don't think we've seen this side of her at all, but is she simply sympathizing with him and then trying to make herself feel better by making Kirei feel emotions, or is this something more sinister and manipulative on Bazett? And I mean, it's framed in a much more lighter way, so, you know, sympathy, empathy. I'm leaning more that way, but that's an interesting thing. Okay. Bazett finding a new side of herself beyond just wishing for recognition.
どうした？考え事か？まったく悩み事が多い女だ。話が済んだのなら眠っておけ。1時間半で交代しよう。
Thus said the priest, throwing more wood into the fire. All of a sudden,
あいにく凡人なもので、私はあなたのように自信を持って生きられない。つまらない疑問だらけだ。
This is very interesting. Cannot live with a confidence like the one you have. I'm full of pointless doubts, yet in the present you seem, at least on the outside, like the most, like, hard to crack, toughest nut.
時に生きていることさえ苦しく思える。
I let slip a much older, much deeper truth within me. Yeah, that I can see from what we were discussing earlier about. That's sad. Kirei. Another piece of wood went into the fire. Stoke the flames. I'd made a mistake. I was sure he was disappointed now. My ability to handle a machine-like role was the only reason he ever called out to me. Yeah. How does Bazett... Does she know that Kirei is dead? And if not, how does she respond in the present when she learns of that? That's going to be interesting. Someone like me, who whined about my troubles to total strangers, was unnecessary to him. Heavy silence fell between us. I was too afraid to look at him. And Bazett feels so much more human here. I mean, obviously we've learned so much about her in the past that, you know, we already had a good idea of her character, but so much more character details here. And then, as if nothing at all had happened.
生きているのが苦しいのではない。君は呼吸をするのが厳しいのだ。
This was told to me in an emotionless yet sincere voice.
え？
Care to explain, Kirei? Elaborate even?
その厳しさは容易には取り除けない。自分がわからないのなら、世界を知って測る以外に方法はないからだ。
Okay.
バゼット・フラガン・マクレ3つ。自身がこの世界に不要だと思うのならば、お前はお前を許すために多くの世界を巡らねばならない。
Ooh, that's a cool line. If you feel you are unnecessary to this world, forgive yourself. Must first explore many more worlds. Crescent moon, huh? Cross the oceans, fly the skies. Throw away your tiny self, your tiny country, and go around the globe with a single suitcase, is what he was saying. Learn of people, learn of the world, learn of struggles. And within that, come to an understanding about yourself and what people in general would feel like, and maybe you can apply that new knowledge to yourself and see yourself in a new light. Like the age of discovery. Like a seaman that believes in a yet unknown paradise beyond this sea, Okeanos, Vinland. Yeah.
あなたは渡った？
My reply came naturally. Because I had a belief, as he would say. I believed that there must have been a time when, just same as me, he found it hard to breathe.
いや、まだ途中だ。若い頃に躍起になったが、何年か前に大きな事件があってね。それ以来己を許す必要はなくなった。
Major incident, huh? Yeah, I would say Fate Zero was quite the incident. Since then, I lost the need to forgive myself. Damn. Embrace the darkness. I don't know. A major incident? It did not seem to be related to hunting magi. Yeah. This priest had experienced a great war that was unknown to me.
それで、あなたは何を許そうとしたの？
生まれつきの悪癖だよ。
Oh.
私はどうも 物事を愛することができなくてね。人並みの道徳が欠如している。その間違いを容認できなかった。
Okay. Wanted to forgive the evil nature he was born with. Unable to cope with that apparent mistake. The priest wasn't speaking about the past. This man remained unable to love even to that day.
それは解決しなくてよかったのですか？
Well,
ああ、人並みに愛情は持てずとも物事を美しいと感じることはできる。
okay.
その基準は君たちとは違うが、愛情というものがあることに変わりはない。
Okay.
我ながら間の抜けた話だ。そんなことにさえ若い私は気づかなかった。
Standards may differ from yours, but there's no denying the fact that something known as affection still exists within me. Kirei is a very intriguing case because what he's describing here is like the lack of like feeling love. It's not quite the same as someone who would be aromantic, but maybe more, despite this being a different emotion, maybe more akin to those people who lack the emotion of fear, where they still feel stuff related to that, but not the fear part itself. They can still feel thrill and, I don't know, tension. Okay. In fate terms, I guess there was well, not fate, but Nasuverse terms, there was the Karano Kyokai, Garden of Sinners. There was Asagami Fujino, who was basically without the without feeling pain at all. There was no hesitation in the priest's voice. He may have lamented the past, but he considered it done and over with.
では、今はもう迷いはないと。
That's a good question.
そうだな。今は己を許すのではなく、私という人間を容認したわけを知りたい。
Reasons for existence of a human like myself. Seeking that, huh? I don't think that's gonna be an... I mean... Like... The obvious first answer that would come to mind is there's no reason or rhyme to the universe and you just happen to exist. You're just one of trillions upon billions of possible outcomes. That's just the way you were born. Coincidence. But maybe you want some reason ultimately that would validate your existence.
私にもし自分の人生があるのなら、残るすべての時間を答えを得るために使おうと思っている。
If I may borrow some words, that's hell you're walking into. That's gonna be a hard answer to find. I don't know if that's even possible, but you do you, man. You do you.
けど、あなたの疑問に答えられる人はいないのでしょ？
そうだな。まだ答えを出せる者は生まれていない。いつかその機会が訪れるといいのだが。
Ooh, I do wish the opportunity would present itself, however. This is harkening back to the ideas he was saying, and I think in Stay Night, in one of the routes, has not yet be born. Yeah, something has not yet been born. His expression was warm and gentle. The priest was gazing at the bright flames like a father admiring his own child.
意外ですね。
Mm.
あなたにもまだ悩みがあったとは。私も少し自信がつきました。
Okay. Touched by the warmth of his smile, I couldn't help but smile myself. What are the chances that Kirei is just bullshitting and going along with her, while not believing anything he is saying himself?
それは結構。人生の先輩として役に立ったのなら幸いだ。
He closed his eyes with satisfaction. That was it for the pointless talk. Returning to our respective roles, we prepared for tomorrow's battle.
では、先に眠ります。
Mm.
時間になったら起こしてください。
承知している。敵地だからな。あまり夢を見ないことだ。
Being enemy territory, it's best not to dream too much. This line could be important to the present day. I closed my eyes. Perhaps due to fatigue, my sleep was unexpectedly deep. Okay. I dreamed of my hometown. A dream of getting aboard a ship in a grayed out, abandoned port and leaving for a foreign land. I feel like that's your future. That was my last conversation with the priest. From then on, we stopped running into each other. Huh. If that was your last conversation with him, that kind of makes me rethink about the whole Lancer situation. Okay. But there will be another chance. We match each other well as competitors for as long as he remains alive and I continue sealing designation job. My sealing designation job. One day, surely, our conversation will continue. Yeah, about that. Next 6 stash Angra. Straight into another one? No? Okay, cool, okay. Yeah, that was that. That was scary. Big bridge. Church. Oh, and now we can meet Karen. Okay. Cool. What's the splash? Her holiday villa. Okay. Cool. Let's leave it here. That was a lot. Very cool. Yeah, so that was an interlude, and now we enter the 6th phase, which is Angra, which does not bode well with that name. Cool. Boom. Yeah, that was fun. I like that. Lots to think about, like, character-wise, and like, what are the connections between, well, mainly the main 3 of, well, I guess 4, including Angra Avenger. Yeah, between Bazett, Kirei, Lancer, and Avenger. Not so much Avenger, but, you know. Cool. Getting to see what the, like, not perspectives, but like, well, I guess, yeah, perspectives on life itself beliefs and you know, the reasons why they do what they do. That's cool. Okay. Yeah, that was fun. Let's leave it here and see you again next time. I'm trying to record more of this game because we're so close to getting to the end. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Yeah, okay. Patreon early access up to 2 weeks. Links down in the description. Cool. See ya.